Caroline Strachan with Festive Road, and today I'm here in conversation with Kieran Hartwell from Travel Counsellors for Business. Kieran, welcome.
Caroline, nice to see you, as
Good
always.
to see you. So, Travel Counsellors for Business, we don't see them around that much. Tell us a little bit about them.
It's because it's a hidden gem. It really is, right? So Travel Counsellors itself has been in the leisure space for 25 years. And over the last 10 or 15 years, they have grown organically in the corporate travel sector. So 17% year-over-year growth last year. So we've got 180 million pounds of turnover across 7 markets. And Travel Counsellors itself is a people-to-people platform business, right? So imagine 2,000 self-employed, empowered entrepreneurs all operating underneath the Travel Counsellors umbrella. And Travel Counsellors provides the digital platform that enables them to provide amazing service to their customers.
Wow.
So we just help them to be great and to provide excellent service to their clients.
I don't think we have that anywhere else in the industry. That must be unique, right?
It's very unique, actually. It's kind of almost a complete 180 from the part of the corporate travel business that I know, right, which has been driven away from service somewhat, right, to a very highly automated online environment. This is the complete opposite. People that value human interaction, being able to pick up the phone, building a relationship, booking both their leisure and corporate with the same person. It's a very, very interesting and unique model. So yeah, very excited. New role, new opportunity. I've kind of been brought in to help scale and grow and invest in the corporate travel part of the business.
Well, great to see the new company name, but not a new name in you, of course. You've been around for a few years.
Yeah.
So, which managed travel component would you like to talk about today, and what is it that you'd like to highlight?
Too many to choose from.
Too many. I know. Sorry.
So my inclination would be to start off talking about people, which I think was right at the bottom of your pyramid. So I think that from my own experience, my background is mostly in global TMCs. The first challenge that you have to undertake on the people side is really getting buy-in. I don't think anything really works too well in a heavily mandated environment. You have to go out and engage with stakeholders, get them to buy into what your mission is, what it is that you're trying to achieve, give them something to follow, right, and something that they want to buy into, and get them to participate in that journey with you. I mean, I've seen you yourself participate in those types of journeys and lead people through those journeys many times over. In a global environment, that becomes slightly more complicated, especially in businesses with different hierarchies that maybe are acquiring companies, and they may already have one way of doing things, and you have to convince them to do things in a different way. So I think, again, I'll go back to that kind of people-to-people collaboration, get on a plane, go meet people, engage, give them something to follow and pursue.
So do you think this communication and engagement topic is, and the people aspect of that is bigger than it has been in the past? Do you think that's something people need to focus on more in 2020? Is that because there's so much change happening in the industry?
Right. Well, I also think that there is definitely a bit of a reversal in terms of respecting the fact that there are local market nuances, right? And there are certainly businesses now out there that are able to really take all of the great local elements and roll them up into an aggregate solution, whether that's multinational, regional, intra-regional, whatever it might be, right? There's no kind of one-size-fits-all approach, and I think that had historically been the path that we were all treading for a number of years, and I certainly think in the last few years I've seen a reversal of that, where there's a lot more of an open-minded approach towards travel management, and a lot more about kind of stakeholder engagement in each local country, and understanding what the needs are, and being flexible and making tweaks in those local markets that are appropriate to the people that are based there.
Okay. So you said you wanted to start with people. Was there something else that you wanted to pick out?
Yeah, so traveller wellbeing.
Okay.
It's kind of something that is interesting, particularly in the business that I'm in at the moment. We're finding that travellers are very aware that they're on 24 hours a day and are kind of changing some of the requirements that they're looking for in a managed travel program. So please make sure that I've got a gym at the hotel so I can go work out when I arrive, because I'm going to be better in my meeting if I've done that, right? I want to know if there's a healthy place to eat around where I'm staying as opposed to just eating in the hotel restaurant. Really, seems to be a lot more kind of add-on considerations. And in the business that I'm in right now, that kind of high degree of personalization has become really important to travelers, right?
Okay.
They're looking for, I'm an individual, I have individual needs and requirements, I'm very happy to travel on business, but also I would like you to consider some of these things that are going to make me more effective and probably a healthier human being as I'm being packaged like a UPS parcel and traveling through different time zones.
Well, I think many business travelers would listen to that and love you hearing you advocate for them, which is great.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about personalization and around the human aspect of that, because you've got such high touch travel counsellors in your world.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talk at the moment of fourth industrial revolution, the blending of digital and physical, technology and humans coming together.
Yeah.
Is that happening in your world as well to enable that personalization?
100%.
Okay.
Right. So our business is really about having a digital platform that enables that human to human interaction to be more efficient and more effective, right? So not asking the same repeat questions and information. It's actually recognizing the traveler as they call in or as they communicate, and being able to communicate with them throughout the whole process of the trip. So when they're on trip via the app, hey, Caroline, did you know there's a great gym around the corner from where you are, and they offer free classes? Why don't you go and try one while you're on your trip? That type of thing. So we're really kind of digging into that, and we very much see ourselves as a platform business, a digital platform business that's powered by humans.
Okay, digital platform powered by humans. I like that. So do you think then in 2020 that's going to become a prerequisite? Every travel buyer, every traveller is just going to expect that?
Oh, I would think so, yeah, because we've both travelled a lot for business, right? And we've obviously all had the conversations about re-entry sucks when you get home, and you're tired and you're jet lagged and you feel bad, and then you've got to go straight back to it the next week and go somewhere else. And I think that people are pushing back on that now and saying, no, I need some time to recover, and I need certain elements that are important to me in order to make me more efficient and more effective. And I think that also creates loyalty to the company, right? Because you're being mindful of the individual's needs, as opposed to coming up with a kind of boxed, very linear solution that was the trend for a while, right? You will fit into this way of doing things. I think that the companies are recognizing that and becoming much more flexible in their approach to managing travel.
So what's quite fascinating about the two areas that you've chosen, people and well-being, there is a real skill set required from a travel manager to recognise the need of travellers and their well-being. So what advice would you have for them for the year ahead? What should those travel managers be focused on?
I think my advice would probably be don't try and do it on your own. I mean, in a company, like for example, with people element, you really need to get human resources involved and bought into what you're doing, because the more momentum you can create around a movement, you're going to have a much easier job of convincing executives in the company of what the results are going to be. If you try and do everything in isolation on your own, it's not really going to work, in my experience.
So don't be an island.
Don't be an island, no, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I've really enjoyed listening to you. Thank you.
Always, thanks, Caroline.